Welcome to Freya's Frith, my channel about Northern Heathenry. This about party politics is about how we approach life and belief. If you listened to my introduction episode, you already have an idea of what I mean, but let me give you the short version. There are enduring moral values like honor, courage, and strength. Change should be evolutionary and prudent, not reckless. Gradual change is necessary because life never stands still. Human life is both complex and diverse, it cannot be forced into one rigid mold. Ideological uniformity should be resisted. And finally, philosophical conservatism is an attitude, not a doctrine. So, how is philosophical conservatism different from dogmatism? Philosophical conservatism is grounded in historical experience, pragmatism, and moral reasoning. Dogmatism, on the other hand, is built on a rigid adherence to fixed beliefs or doctrines, whether those beliefs are interpreted correctly or not. Dogmatism doesn't allow open dialogue. It rejects opposing views and it treats dissent as something dangerous. Philosophical conservatism does the opposite. It welcomes debate and reflection, built always within a framework of respect for heritage and tradition. Philosophical conservatism respects tradition as a sort of accumulated wisdom, while also being open to reform when it is needed. Dogmatism, on the other hand, accepts tradition unquestioningly and often rejects any form of critique or change. Dogmatism claims absolute certainty, truth without evidence, without reflection. Philosophical conservatism requires practical knowledge and lived experience. It respects authority when that authority is proven, whereas dogmatism demands obedience to authority simply because the ideology demands it. It requires blind faith. So, why do I believe philosophical conservatism is the better path for reconstructionist heathenry? To begin with, we need to remember that old Scandinavian belief was a folk religion. It had no fixed institution, no central authority watching over it and enforcing religious uniformity. This means that there was room for regional and even individual differences. Religion would look different from country to country, from town to town, even from family to family. Take Scandinavian place names, for example. We can see that certain gods were more popular in some regions than others by cities and villages carrying the names of certain gods. That alone tells us this was not a single, unified, rigid religion. And yet, there was a shared foundation across Scandinavia and Germania. We see the same gods appear, though sometimes under different names. We see similar practices, rituals that connected people across the region. This openness, this ability to evolve gradually while still respecting tradition, makes philosophical conservatism a natural fit for heathen reconstructionism. Dogmatism, with its rigid authoritarian approach, does not fit a folk religion. It demands uniformity, obedience, and control. But that was never the way of our ancestors. And so that is why I hold to philosophical conservatism. It honors tradition, but it also recognizes complexity. It respects wisdom, but it also welcomes growth. It offers a foundation strong enough to stand and flexible enough to be lived. And with that conclusion, I'll take my leave. If you enjoyed this reflection, please like, subscribe, and take part in the journey here at Freya's Frith. And I'll leave you with this blessing. Fertility upon all the good things you sow. May they grow strong, and may your harvest be abundant.